Mr. Doggett.
During your tenure as Treasury Secretary, has the IRS recommended that any taxpayer be granted immunity from an audit for their taxes?
Again, one portion of that is the under litigation, so I'm not able to.
Yes, sir. It isn't a question of being not able, it's being not want to. But my
No,
question
sir.
is about...
As I said,
thank you, sir.
There is litigation.
Reserving
so
my time, my question to you again is...
Definition of insanity,
in the
sir.
ordinary practice of the Treasury Department, has there ever been a recommendation that a taxpayer be granted immunity from an audit of their taxes?
Sorry, what was that?
Same question. Has the IRS recommended that any taxpayer be granted immunity from an audit of their taxes?
Again, I'm unable to answer that.
You can answer it. You refuse to answer. Can you tell the American people, in the history of the Treasury Department, has there ever been a taxpayer who's been recommended to have immunity from an audit of their taxes?
Has there ever been a taxpayer who had his tax returns released, his
Thank you.
family, and every
So I'll
employee?
take that as a
every
no.
employees.
Let me ask you, sir, since you say you're relying
to the president
thank you,
and,
I
and
reserve
all his
my-
employees today.
Maintaining
I
my
would join you
time,
in that.
and since you refuse to answer, let me ask you, since you say you're following the advice of the Attorney General, the former criminal defense attorney for Mr. Trump, as you know, the Attorney General cannot compromise a tax dispute unless it's referred to him from the IRS for prosecution or defense. Have you ever been involved in any way in a decision to refer a tax dispute to the Attorney General?
Again, I cannot comment on that.
You can't comment. Your argument here that you can't comment in this case makes as much sense as President Trump saying that he cannot. I understand you want to talk over me, but you're not answering the question, because you may have defined insanity by referring to Einstein, but your appearance here today and yesterday in the Senate defines deception, and that's what you're doing to the American people. Isn't it correct, sir, that the Financial Management Service within the Treasury Department must give approval before any payment can be made from the judgment fund?
Sir, we administer the payments.
Yes, sir. You give approval to it. And
no, sir, we administer them.
You make a sign-off on them being...
We administer them, just like if you tell your bank to wire money.
Did
your
Brian...
bank does not say, do not pay, you shouldn't pay your Visa bill.
Did Brian Morrissey, who had been only confirmed by the Senate a few months earlier as Treasury General Counsel, do a good job for you? Can you answer that just with a yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, he did. And as you know, he abruptly resigned rather than be associated with the seedy Trump slush fund deal and didn't sign off on anything. Can you pledge to the committee, I'm asking you a question, sir, if you'd listen to it, can you pledge to the committee that you will assure that no retaliation occurs against the career IRS employees who wrote the 25-page memo asking the Department of Justice to halt action on this outrageous audit immunity deal?
Sir, we follow the law.
Okay, well, will you follow the law and assuring the committee that you won't retaliate against those courageous career employees?
We always follow the law.
What's involved here, sir, is the most corrupt deal in American history. Truly incredible that a president of the United States could come in and sue the people of the United States for $10 billion and then walk off with an immunity deal that no other American has ever had, nor could they receive, and to get that immunity deal from his former criminal defense attorney, who he has appointed as acting attorney general. This is the kind of corruption that would permit the Trump family, if the Wall Street Journal is correct, that Trump earned $5 billion from his crypto bills last year, to be to pay him or not pay him as he feels it's smart to do. He made no complaint about the audits in his petition, and yet suddenly out of nowhere, he's granted immunity in what some have said in a report would be $100,000 benefit, $100 million benefit to him. You know that there is a responsibility of your department to do audits of the president every year. A report of this committee indicates that only one was begun during the first term. What are you doing to assure that those annual audits occur this year? The first term, 3 years, nothing. Has anything been done this year to fulfill that responsibility?
Again, sir, due to IRS.
I'm not talking about-
IRS Rule 6103, which prohibits the discussion of taxpayer information.
It doesn't.
This
doesn't
is how we-
prohibit
this
your-
is how we got there with Mr. Littlejohn.
Yes, sir. It
And
doesn't
I don't
prohibit
think
you
you want the automatic
indicating what
5
you are
years in
doing to
jail,
assure
Congressman.
complicity with the law and with the practice, longstanding practice of the
I
Internal
am
Revenue Service.
finding that-
So
I
I think
am
we can
following the
assume from your
privacy-
deception today that nothing's being done, and this president is being treated in a way that no other president, no other American citizen has ever been treated.
I would agree
in
with
an
that, sir.
incredibly corrupt deal.
I would
yield
agree
back.
he is being treated the way no other person has ever been